We're all about sharing the facts and teaching the tricks. Let's talk all things about music, the life of music. Let's engage about the rhythm. Let's talk about our passion for melodies, sound, and those beautiful classics. Let's get educated about these decibels we oh so dearly love. On this podcast, we talk about these politics. Welcome to Music Politricks. Sambonani dumelang kere ekse na kalina ke nabusi baba khulu baba dese bareke the queen of Pitori, and welcome to Music Politricks. This is all things music that we actually want to know about, and we may not necessarily know enough about it. We're just here to share the facts, and of course we are here to also teach the tricks. Today's episode is all things artist management. Now dimanegele para la artist management. Waiti moto wa hashtag we can manage, because he really can. You know, he really can. He understands artist management holistically. He really just understands the intricacies of being an artist. Thank you so much for joining us, Siyanda.
Thank you, Queen of Pitori. I'm a fan.
Oh man, I'm a fan of your work. I'm a fan of your work.
Proud of you, like I said,
Thank
offline.
you.
I'm proud of you for everything that you've done.
I appreciate that.
I've been watching your moves, you know what I mean? So yeah, where you at now? Some more things coming, trust that.
I receive that a lot, hey. I receive that. And one thing about you, man, like you always, you're such a sharer of information, sharer of stories and your journey. And I absolutely love that, because sometimes we may not know sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We always see the glossy, glamour side of things. And I love that you share these things. You know?
I think it's very important, because like, you know, like when you're watching these success motivations and stuff like that, and you're always getting motivated, but someone who's already made it, you know, and no one is actually sharing the down peaks of it, because there's a lot of there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes before the glitz and the glamour and all of those things. You know, there's a lot that goes on, and sometimes we cry, sometimes we fight. You know, so it's very important for people to know exactly, okay, you know what, from here, this guy started here, now he's here, you know. And I love sharing milestones, because it's to motivate and make sure people believe that actually what they're doing, I believe like your imagination is your truth, you know. So what you see in your mind, it's exactly as is. You just have to believe it, you just have to do it, and just put faith in it, God first, and everything else will follow.
I love that.
You know
I love
what I mean?
that. But Siyanda, let's start with, before we get into how you actually got into artist management. What is artist management? Because there's so many terms, you know. There's the artist manager, there's the booking agent, there's the road manager, there's the person who's busy with PR. Who busy?
No, like there's literally like, excuse me, like artist management for me, I believe it's I'm the artist, but not on the mic, not on the stage. You know, I do things that the artist shouldn't be doing. You know, not that they can't do it. Like, don't ever get it twisted. Whatever an artist manager can do, an artist can do. You know what I mean? So it's all about just having an artist having faith in you that, okay, cool, while I'm in studio, you're going to do what I would do, you know, which is the admin work, the bookings, the contracts, sitting and sorting out deals, brand deals. And sometimes you can be a water boy, you know, when your artist needs water and he's on stage and he's like dehydrated and needs to get onto the next song. And you can tell, okay, he needs water. He signals water, and then you have to run and go get water. So you automatically become the water boy, you know. So a lot of people will be like, no, there's nothing fancy in being an artist, man, and there really isn't. You know, there isn't anything fancy. It's just literally doing everything behind the scenes that an artist shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, that's it. And then you get a difference, like your booking agents. Booking agent is something else, you know. Like, that's the bro who calls promoters, makes sure the artists get booked and all of those things. And road managers make sure the artist is there on time. You know, so there's different aspects to artist management.
Okay.
You know, and there's certain people who play roles. Most of those people are appointed by the artist manager. Like a road manager is appointed by a manager. booking agent is appointed by a manager.
Okay.
I have my own PA as well. That's a lady who's literally doing the admin work, sending out invoices and stuff like that. So it's a lot of aspects, and I choose to delegate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't choose to do everything myself. I choose to delegate because I know that there's a lot of people who have strength in what I can't do, like you know,
and also allows you to focus on what you need to do. Right?
Exactly. You get what I mean? Which is focusing on making sure the artist drops music, making sure that they're on the interviews on time, making sure contracts are delivered on time, making sure a client receives their content on time. You know what I mean? So it's a lot.
It sounds like a lot.
It's a lot, and I love it. I won't lie.
It sounds like a lot. And look, I was 2 years old when I found out when once upon a time you were also a rapper, because I mean we'll get into who you actually managed very soon. But you were a rapper, but before that you were a waiter. And Jiggy Jiggy now you're just one of the most sought after artist managers in the country. How did that all happen? How did you like blossom from one thing to another?
Okay, with like I said, I was a rapper, right? So I used to rap.
It's a boom boom chick, boom boom chick.
Booking agent.
Okay. and like your artist manager. I see.
So I used to rap. I can still rap. No, don't get it twisted. I just do it for fun now. Whenever I'm asked to rap, you know. So and then I got into waitering because and then I pushed and most of the money that I was using for waitering was mostly for my music, buying beats, paying for beats, studio time and all of those things. So I used to use a lot of that for my artistry, like for my music and stuff, you know. And then cut the long story short, I went to date my family. And then I think that's where I fell in love with production in a whole, right? And then I quit waitering. I quit waitering to come to Joburg, to push my artist.
And you were a waiter go Pitori,
mainland Ocean Basket. And then I came to Joburg to learn more about, because everything is in Joburg, especially for artists, right? So I came here and then learning the formalities. I think because I was managing myself, so then I had to learn the formality. I opened my own record label, went to Risa, opened my own publishing through Samro. So learning all of those things behind the scenes, I was like, actually, you know, I love this behind the scenes thing, you know, and I feel like artists lack information. Like, so the information I got, I felt like, you know what, I'm not going to use it for myself. So I dropped the mic. And then I was like, you know what, let me see if I can do this artist management thing. Because at the same time, when Facebook started out, I always used to like marketing people's songs on my statuses and stuff, like on my posts on Facebook. So that developed into like marketing in a way, you know. So I think I've always been attracted to behind the scenes more than front of house, because for me it's like I think there was a lot of pressure in terms of the music I wanted to put out and the music that was out. And then I was like, you know what, let me just find an artist that can put out the music that needs to be out. And then let me manage them and share the information that I have.
And who's that artist? Which artist did you actually start with, and how did you then sort of know what the artist needs at that particular time?
Well, there was an artist called King Mark, Hebron.
Yeah,
right?
He's actually really dope, man.
You know what I mean?
He was a blood spiller at one point.
Exactly, I was one as well. I'm serious. That's where I was rapping.
Sure, okay.
So he approached me, and that was like, he approached me at my waitering days, in fact. You know, I was like, yo, I think we should start something together. And then, we started something. And then we decided to move to Joburg together. And then we pushed. And we pushed until we couldn't push anymore. And then in the midst of me pushing him, a friend of mine introduced me to Tumi Tladi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that's where I think my career as a manager and started like taking off on a serious level because I mean King Mark was an upcoming, and then Tumi Tladi was kind of like inside, but upcoming, but inside.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And then it was always a different chat in terms of the plugs. And I remember me and King Mark used to like, yo, man, we need to get Robot Boy for a video. And then I managed Tumi Tladi a week later. I'm calling Robot Boy to come for his music video. You know what I mean? So it's those testimonies that I share on my Facebook as well. Like, yo, I go from searching from a number to actually being close to Calvin, who's Robot Boy's manager. You know what I mean? That type of vibe. So I've traveled, like this journey has been long, I won't lie. And from meeting Tumi Tladi to him passing away, may soul rest in peace, and then Major Steeze calling me, you know what I mean? Ambitious also hit me up, you know, and I just decided to, you know, with Major Steeze, it was more independent, it's more free, it's more flexible, you know, than being in a stable, whereas there's a whole lot of red tape.
Did you take the deal, Ambitious?
No. I couldn't, because I was approached by Ambitious and Major Steeze at the same time. So I had to literally compare deals, as I was like, okay, cool. Here it's more flexible. Here I feel like it's office work.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So I'm more of a street nigga. You know, I'm a street hustler.
Let's try that together.
Please understand.
So wait, you mentioned something in terms of you and King Mark. You know that you guys actually got to the end of your journey. As a manager, like, what happens when, you know, you guys need to go your separate ways?
Oh, okay. Like with King Mark, it was a simple thing of, yo, bro, Tumi Tladi approached, he wants us to work. So I feel like I can work with both of you guys. And he felt like I couldn't, you know? Snap. And then it was like, okay, cool. And then we just parted ways just like that, you know? There was no, let's stop working, let's, you know what I mean? There was literally like that. Like, it just ended in the air. I just found myself not managing him anymore. And then I started focusing on Tumi, you know? And well, Tumi was a blessing. Even King Mark. I mean, King Mark was a blessing because without him, I wouldn't have met Tumi. I wouldn't have done anything, you know. Without 100%. Tumi, I wouldn't have met Major Steeze. You know, a lot of things that are happening now, like, there's a whole lot of levels to it. So there's level 1, and then I went to level 2, level 3, now I'm on level 4. You get what I mean?
And in the unfortunate event, you know, may his soul rest in peace. Tumi Tladi, he passed away. You know, how does something like that impact you? You know, how does it impact all the people that you're managing? Because obviously, Major Steeze and Tumi Tladi knew each other, and they were good. They were cool. What is the impact of now losing an artist?
I felt it firsthand. It was very bad, I won't lie, because I didn't know what I was gonna do, you know, because I was caught between there was another artist I was also managing at the time. Her name was Deja V. She's a DJ, a really dope hip-hop DJ, you know, from Durban, you know. So I was managing her and Tumi at the same time, which Tumi introduced me to her. And I remember Tumi was very selfish about me managing other artists. You know, he just wanted me to focus on him. So
sure, a lot of artists are like that.
You know what I mean? I want this to myself, you know? So from Tumi passing, I think Deja V also, me watch, because him and Deja V were very close as well. So I felt like there was a lot of people I needed to look out for more than myself, you know, because there was friends, there was family, you know. So there was, I really got into a dark place, but I don't like dark places so long. So I didn't stay in that place for too long. It's like, I buried my bro. After I buried him, I locked myself in my room for like 2-3 days. And then Major Steeze called, you know. In the midst of that, Ambitious called, you know. And I'm like, okay, cool. fine, let me think about this. And then at least like one thing I can tell you is that Tumi left me with a lot of industry love.
Yeah.
Because after that, a lot of people in the industry hit me up.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were telling me, yo, whatever you need, you know, hit me up, let me know, you know. So I got a lot of support from some people behind the scenes in the industry. You get what I mean? So losing an artist, yo, I know that was bad. I won't even lie. And in the midst of sealing deals, you know, like he was supposed to be signed with Def Jam.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on. There was campaigns that we were working on, you know, and I literally had to like start from scratch, you know, but I really, really didn't feel like I started from scratch because when I met the boys, the boys like welcomed me with open arms and they made sure that I'm cool. They made sure I'm comfortable. They made sure I'm managing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, because #we can manage. Come on.
You know what I mean?
And in an instance like that, right, now you get new artists, they are probably now telling you that, okay, this is what our brand is.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and this is what we want.
Yes.
As a manager, how do you then come on board to ensure that their goals are achieved?
Yes.
You know, how do you like sort of position their brands in a way that they want and you making it happen?
Yeah. No, like it's all like firstly it's all about chopping it up. You know, we talk about it. Look, this is where our brand is. Firstly, like when they reached out to me, I did my research.
Sure.
Even when they told me about Tumi, I did my research. Like I didn't know him from a bar of soap, you know. And at the same time, there was a song that was out by him, and I was like, okay, we need to fix the fact that I don't know you. You know what I mean? We need to start there. You know, why don't I know you? Let's check why. You know, which radars are you on, and all of those things. You know, and why am I not on that radar? You know, on type of vibes. So when it comes down to Major Steeze, I love the fact that they're very vocal, you know, and like even till today, they're like, yo, bro, this is what we want, you know. So we have meetings every Sunday, team meetings every Sunday to schedule the week, you know, and progress reports and stuff like that. So an artist tells me like, Major Steeze told me like this is where we are. This is what I want. This is what we want. This is what we vision for our brand. And then we take it from there. And then I just deal with that. And then I just enlighten that. You know what I mean? So I tell them, yo, bros, let's get into government events. Let's get into this. I see the vision, you know, but there's more things that we could do on this side. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like I'm trying to teach them into getting into the government space as well, because there's a lot of money for the youth in government. You know what I mean?
And elections are coming up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Got an IEC campaign even.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So it's that. Like, it's literally like, let me know what you want, and then I'll tell you what I see, because from what I've done, from the research I've done, you know, this is where the boys belong, this is where I see them. And as the time grows, because you have to understand as well, that's
a real thing.
Yeah, bahola. So you have to adjust your management skill to like a 5-year plan, you know, knowing that, okay, from here on, right now, the young boys, so alcohol brands shouldn't be a goal. Let's look at alcohol brands next year.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So we work to an advantage with that, like in advance in terms of that. So they tell me what they want. I tell them what I think, and then we literally just put our heads together. And it's dope working with an artist that actually knows what they want. You know, Like,
and when it gets to campaigns, brands, how do you then be the one to be like, okay, this brand is a good suit for you? And now what happens when approaching the brand? Do you approach the brand? Do you wait it out? Like, what's the situation when it comes to that? Sort of like the government situation you're speaking about.
When it comes down to brands like Mr. Price, right? Because Major Steeze has got to deal with Mr. Price.
Sure.
Like, there's a brand manager. Major Steeze has a brand manager, right? That sits in these boardroom meetings and goes and hustles the deals and stuff like that. Sometimes I just come up with ideas like, yo, bros, I think we should work with Mr. Price. You know what I mean? In my starting out with Major Steeze was more like that. And then the brand manager would then make the approach. Whereas now it's more like, okay, I've learned from how the approaches are from the brand manager and all of those things. So now I make the calls. I reach out, you know, to brands and make sure that we deliver campaigns on time. I'm helping them with Coke, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, so
Coca-Cola, just by the way.
Please understand. You know, so yeah, like even there's an artist also named Sushi B that I was pushing Wapiano. You know what I mean? So we got a Disney deal with him, whereas they gave me a call and they said, yo, they need meetings, and then with that brand campaign was a December campaign, so they needed a song for December. They needed a campaign for December, you know. So sat down through those meetings. So my company supplied the music and the artists for that campaign for Disney. You get what I mean? So it's that, you know. Sometimes they approach you. Sometimes you have to like reach out to agencies, you know what I mean? Agencies that handle these brands, you know, and just touch them like, yo, what are your brand campaign plans? I've got this brand I would like you to align with, and all of those things, you know. And then we waited out on the calls, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I can imagine that outside of having a good ear, because I mean, I don't think you would want to manage an artist whose music that you personally don't vibe with, right?
Yeah.
So outside of a good ear, what other skills are very important to be an artist manager?
Well, besides an ear, you have to have a vision. Like, you have to. For me as a manager, I see myself like I watch other artist managers. Like, I used to watch Nota. You know, I used to watch people like Nota. I follow people like Tilly, Casper's manager. Buddha Rock is one of the people that I used to look up to. Bash before he became Shishiliza, you know,
because Boiti, right?
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of artist managers that I looked up to, like in terms of how they move. My biggest one is Tilly, you know.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
You know what I mean? Like, and not because, I think it's not, for me, it's not because of him managing a brand like Casper, you know, but it's how he moves. You know, the way Tilly moves, man, like the way Tilly moves is inspirational. The way Tilly moves is different, you know. Calvin Mercy, Robert Boy's manager, that's another one that I look up to. Siam Hlungu, you know, who works closely with Nasty as well, you know. So those people, like I sit down and I'm happy to even call them friends.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know what I mean? Because these are people that I used to look up to, you know what I mean? And for them to be like, for me to call Calvin and be like, yo, bro, I need help with 1, 2, and 3. I've got a brand campaign contract I need to fill in. I know Robert Boy's brand campaign, what. I don't know how to fill in this document, you know. Having those people next to you, like picking up your calls and actually helping, you know what I mean, is what pushes me even more, you know.
I love it.
Yeah.
That unity. I love that.
Yeah, like a lot of people wouldn't know, like a lot of artist managers work together. You know what I mean? A lot of artist managers work together. So it's that, like we chase the same goal, we chase the same vision. Some artists could be, you know, artists can have their egos towards each other.
Yeah, but you guys are
managers.
You guys are good.
we good. Well, I know I'm good with a lot, and I know the ones that I've mentioned. I don't know Tilly from Bars of Soap. I'd love to meet him to pick his brain and stuff. But like the people that I've met, you know, your Sias, your Kelvins, those people are geniuses. Benza. Raphael Benza is another one that I looked up to. I've attended workshops like Spoken Priestess, hosts music unscripted, thingy sessions. So that's where I started actually learning more, you know, at music unscripted sessions. That's where I learned a lot in terms of, okay, the panels that she used to have, your Benzas were there, your Ninels was there, your Sheila Afaris were there, you know. So I used to like listen to how they speak, even Siametami Slicker, you know, that's big bro now, you know, and I used to like watch him a lot, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's all of those things. I just look at someone, I take something, I put it in myself, take something, put it in my pocket, take something, put it in my pocket, and I run with it. You know what I mean?
Now, Major Steeze recently released a dope song, Smooth Operator, featuring AKA, right?
Yes.
So now I just want to understand, of course, AKA has left us, may his soul rest in peace.
Yes, shout
So
out.
what happens in a situation like that? I mean, I can imagine the song was recorded prior, you know. How do you then deal with it, after now that he's gone?
Oh, like that one, excuse me, the song was recorded a year and a half before he passed.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So we've been hearing that song. We've been listening to that song. So even Keenan wanted to change his verse actually, I think months before he passed, right? And then after that, like the support, firstly the support that we got from Keenan.
Yeah.
Right? The boys got from Keenan was hectic. To a point that Keenan wanted to buy the song. Keenan was like, yo, I want to buy the song. And then the boys were like,
nah,
wait a second. There's a reason why you want to buy it. Right? But then that was a test as well to see if are they in it for the money or are they in it for the music as well? You know what I mean? So that's how Keenan was also like that. Like he was a mind. His mind was on another level. Like he used to let you think of things. You know what I mean? So with him passing and us wanting to drop the song because we were scheduled to drop the song the month he passed.
Whew.
You know what I mean? Like it was in the chats because we were supposed to drop it last year and then he was like, guys, Lemons and Lemonades is on form. Like, you don't want to drop.
Yeah. No, true.
You know what I
mean?
And then we were like, okay, cool. It makes sense. So those are other decisions that you have to make as a manager. Like, yo, gents, we can't drop now. You know, we can't drop now. We can't drop in December. There's no way any of my artists are gonna drop in December unless you like on a Pori level or on a Kabza level. Sure. You press play and people just. You know what I mean? So like that's the chat that we had, and then Keenan confirmed it to the boys for me. He was like, guys, you can't be dropping now. It's December. Lemons and Lemonade is hot. Sete is hot. Like we can't drop. We're gonna get swallowed.
When did you know? Okay, now it's the right time because obviously the country's now mourning. When were you like, okay, now we can drop?
Yeah, because I think with Keenan passing, like the country moaned on the first month, right? And then the months coming after, we were just celebrating Keenan's life, you know what I mean? And the approach was very, very, it was a tricky one because we had to go to Mrs. Forbes, the mother, Lynn Forbes, and Uncle Tony. We had to go to him. And so the boys are the ones that are approaching these people because they're the ones that have the relationship with them. So they approached the mother, they approached the father, you know, Nadia, you know, so what was important was them getting the blessings from everyone, including Benza for the season, you know, and Ninao. So we needed to make sure that everyone is on board. You get what I mean? Like in terms of the Keenan side of the team, you know.
I love that, you know, just even honoring and respecting that. I value that a lot.
You know what I mean? So we had to, like, there was no way we're going to drop without support. Like, that's what we didn't want, you know. So we're like, okay, we approached family. After we approached the family gave us a go-ahead. They said, we must talk to Benza.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Spoke to Benza, got Benza's blessing. We did the artwork that looks like Tashma.
That was dope, guys.
You know? And funny, that artwork was supposed to be a promo artwork, you know? And then I said, boys, let's drop it as the artwork for the song. So that's another thing managers also have to, besides even looking at music, like, okay, is this the right artwork? Sometimes, you know, you throw in ideas on artworks, you know. So I was like, yo, let's drop this as an artwork. But we need the permission. You know, we 100%. Need permission from the people who designed the artwork, which was Keenan's younger brother, funny enough. You know, Steph did that, and then he gave us the go-ahead and we were like, okay, we're running with that as the artwork. And it did exactly what we wanted it to do. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, we are out of time.
Got you.
But very, very quickly, money. How do you make money as a manager? How often does the money come in? And what's your biggest bag?
Okay, for a friend. No, well, for a manager, we take commissions from bookings. I take commission from bookings. I take commission from brand deals that I put together. You know, I take commission from anything money-wise that I put inside the team, inside the brand. You know, I take my commission. And the biggest bag I got, not from Major Steeze, but from outside, which is Sushi B, was the Disney bag. That was a big bag, you know.
How much is it?
Well, let's just say
how many figures?
It was 5 figures. 5 figures. Okay. I got my 5-figure commission as well. You know what I mean? So it was a good bag.
Yeah?
It was a good bag. No. The Disney bag was the biggest bag I did this year. In fact, like I facilitated down. That was the biggest one. The biggest bag for Major Steeze was the Mr. Price bag, you know, which the brand manager got commission for that. And then I just get paid from making sure that they are meeting the client's demand, expectations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I get my percentage from that, and then the brand manager who brought the deal gets their big commission on that. You get what I mean? And then bookings as well. I make money from bookings. I make money from, I'm making money from bookings, performances, hosting, and all of those things. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But I'm yet to see a big, huge bag with Major Steeze.
It's coming.
Yeah, it is.
It's coming.
It's definitely coming. Because now, it's actually Coke with Major Steeze for me.
Yeah.
My biggest bag is the Coke one with Major Steeze. That's the one we're doing now, currently, the December campaign.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Big shout out, Siyanda.
Thank you for having me.
I've been watching you for so long, man, and seeing you blossom, seeing you achieve so much, and now passing on that knowledge to other people is so beautiful. Keep shining, keep managing.
Thank you. We can manage.
Come on.
We can manage statement it's more than an artist manager thing. I think it's in general, in life in general, you know, because I discovered that when I realized that, okay, cool, out of all the things that I've been through, I actually can manage. You know what I mean? And that's just in life. That's just in artists. That's just in general. You know what I mean? I've lost a lot in my life, but I'm managing.
Come on.
You know, I've gained a lot and I'm still managing.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So we can manage is a statement that belongs to everyone. You know, it belongs to everyone.
Thank you so much, Siyanda. Big shout out. I hope that you have learned some tricks, you have been taught the facts, and you're seeing this music Politricks thing from an artist manager perspective. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. And if anything, always remember that you can also manage. The queen of Pitori from Siyanda and I.
Asibonge.